I wish I'd never let him in. I always thought online dating was a modern convenience, until I met Dev. In my early 20s and working long hours in tech, I craved genuine connection. When I matched with him on a dating app, his profile radiated an enigmatic charm. Our conversations were easy, his texts warm and attentive, and soon we arranged a date. Dev drove 100 miles to meet me. Our first date unfolded in a picturesque park where autumn leaves danced in the crisp air and sunlight filtered through the trees like liquid gold. We talked about everything, from our favorite movies to our wildest dreams. Later, over dinner at a cozy restaurant, his humor and intelligence made me forget the long drive he had taken. I felt a spark of possibility. After dinner, we returned to my small apartment. I was still buzzing from the evening when Dev's demeanor shifted. What started as subtle quirks soon became bizarre behavior. While I set his bag on the table, Dev's eyes darted around, unsettled, as if searching for something invisible. "I'm sorry if I seem odd," he said, his voice trembling slightly. I have a condition. It makes me extremely hungry. An insatiable hunger. I frowned, thinking it was just an eccentric quirk he'd mentioned in passing. "Hungry? Like you haven't eaten enough?" "No," he replied, his tone darkening. "It's different. I crave things, and I need you to help me find food." His words sent a shiver down my spine. At first, I assumed he meant something exotic or perhaps a bizarre dietary fix, but his eyes, wide and frantic, told a different story. Unsure how to respond, I offered to order takeout, hoping to diffuse the tension. Dev's response, however, was chilling. He stood abruptly and walked over to the living room window, pressing his hand against the cold glass as if trying to summon something. The wind outside moaned like a living thing. "Emma," he said, turning to face me with an intensity that made my heart race. "Please, go to the kitchen and get me something to eat. I can't control it." I hesitated, my mind a jumble of confusion and alarm. "Dev, what exactly do you mean? What are you craving?" Before he could answer, his expression contorted into something half human, half something else. In one fluid motion, he strode over and slammed the front door shut, trapping us inside. I reached for the doorknob, but it wouldn't budge. My pulse pounded in my ears as Dev's voice lowered to a near whisper. "Call 911, Emma, please," he said urgently, his tone laced with panic and something more sinister. "There's a guy under your bed." Like for part 2.